You said we're getting emails of people that they're sick of us saying roll the open.
Yeah. Well, it was a voicemail.
It was we got
No, it was an email.
It was an email.
Yeah.
So they don't want us to say roll the open anymore?
No, never say roll the open.
Well, what do they want us to say to tell Leo to... Here we go.
Let's make it a good day.
You're a tiger.
Give it up for Debbie Gibson, everyone.
We do it our own way.
Yes!
I'm gonna start crying and laughing so hard.
I did not do that.
Now, here's Jason.
Little whistle. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Good audience today. Audience, yeah. I do know it, row 2. I do. Actually, what row was that? Was that row 2? Row 2. Yeah, it's always row 2. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm Jace. Do you guys like drama? Do you guys like fun, dishy drama? We have it. Do you guys like Barbie? We got that too. Do you like good food? We got that too. Today on the show, I'm not, look, I can be overly dramatic. I know that shocks people. Aaron, don't laugh at that. But I can be overly dramatic to try to make you laugh, but this is no joke. Today on the show, one of our good friends, to me, one of the best chefs in the country, not just here, Chef John Sugimura is here, and he is making, I can now add television star because he's in on Sushi Master, and he is making what is literally one of my top 5 dishes on earth. Like one of my top 5 dishes in my life. You'll find out what it is. Plus, also on the show, that drama I'm referring to, and that's where we're gonna start. Roll it, Steve. Let's do this. Here we go, everybody. Woo! That's right. Kendall continues her vacation. Please say hello to the OG sidekick, the one and only Shane Wells, everybody. Hello, lovely. How you doing?
I'm not the drama, right?
You're not the drama. No, you're not the drama. Oh, audience. Let me tell you. This is true. Y'all are funny. I love you guys so much. So we've been laughing about this in the office. When did it start? Yesterday, Jeff? Yeah, all day today. I came in, and about 5:20 in the morning is when I sit down, and Jeff and I have a little gossip meeting. I notice I put the word gossip before meeting, and we kind of talk about the day or whatever, and Jeff goes, "You will not believe what is happening on the Jason Show fan club page on Facebook." Now, this is a fan club that started, I think, season 1. Thousands of loyal folks that would watch us. I love them. Frogs could be falling from the sky and they would be watching us, and I appreciate them. But he said, was it your mom that reported this, or somebody reported in?
Inside source.
Inside a source, an unnamed source, said that there's drama happening on the page. And I said, well, and I had to know. I go, what kind of drama? And Jeff said, there's a section of people that believe that there's a conspiracy around producer Ted leaving our show. I think one of the comments said, "We're not hearing the whole story." Now, let me tell you something. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Jeff and I have been in television for over 20 years. And I'm not being sarcastic here. And Shane knows this too. Here's what I'll tell you. If there was drama, and take this for other favorite shows or radio shows or whatever, broadcasting in general, if there is drama with somebody's departure, just know that that person just disappears one day. They could be on the air on Tuesday and Wednesday. They are removed from the main show open. There's no mention of them. They are gone. And the employees that are left aren't allowed to mention them. They can't even say words that start with similar letters. That's what happens in broadcasting. Hand to Oprah. So I can't believe I'm addressing this, but it's so funny to us. If there really was drama with Ted leaving, this company that I work for wouldn't let me say anything. Are you kidding me? I have to get permission to talk to the Hooterville Gazette, let alone, you know what I mean? Trust me, there's nothing. I'm going to wrap this up by saying I'm bummed producer Ted's leaving too, but it happens. Shane left our show for bigger and better things. And then Kendall came on. And then we had, and then she was left by producer Carl. Producer Carl left to work for NBC. This happens. Ted has a bright future. He's moving to Colombia to be with his new wife. There's nothing more than that. There's nothing more. I mean, but what's funny about us doing it today, Jeff didn't really want me to say this today. You know why? Ted's off today. So the Aluminum Hat Society may think there's something up with this, but there's not. We're going to pay tribute to Ted on a fun episode coming up before he leaves. We love the Theodore and we love you. Let's get started. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Steve today. That's right. Let's call this story Selfiegate. Country music star Miranda Lambert is at the center of a dispute, we'll call it, after she called out some selfie-taken fans at her concert in Vegas this week. Watch this. You've seen it before.
Something bound to fall apart. I'm gonna stop right here for a sec, Danny. I'm sorry. These girls are worried about their selfie and not listening to the song. It's pissing me off a little bit.
Now, Miranda, as you can see, stopped singing that ballad and called out a group of women for taking a selfie in the audience. Here's the selfie in question. Now, I'm going to try to add some context to this that you may or may not have heard about, all kidding aside. As you can see, the women are near the front of the stage and turn their backs to Miranda to snap this picture using a flash. One of the women calls herself an influencer and says that this selfie only took 30 seconds. Okay, let me stop there and say 30 seconds is a long time if you're sitting by these women and flashes are going off. It's a very long time. Anyway, the influencer says that she's shocked by Miranda's behavior and felt like a student getting scolded in school. Other fans say the women were being distracting and should have taken the selfie either before or after the concert. Now, Miranda hasn't said a word about this. Here's what I will tell you. This morning on my radio show, for those who don't know, I do a morning radio show called Jason and Alexis in the Morning on My Talk 107.1, which is an entertainment pop culture station. We talk about stuff like this. A caller called in to add very important context. Her best friend was at that show. Oh. Sitting right near these women. And the friend said, he can't believe that people are mad at Miranda. He says, because everybody around in that show was mad at the women. Because that incident this was a buildup. He said they were annoying long before that photo was taken. That's why Miranda finally snapped. And let me add further context. I have been in that theater. And I have been in that section seeing Britney Spears 6 years ago. The people that are saying that Miranda could not have been distracted by the flash because performers can't see because it's sunken, that's a load of malarkey. I've been there. The performer on stage can see flashes going off to her left. So if I'm the performer and I'm singing a ballad and people are acting like they're at Sears Portrait Studio and talking and standing up to pose, I think that's rude to the performer for everybody else. She's performing for everybody, not just those 6 women. Your thoughts?
when I first heard this, I thought this was everyone standing up, they're dancing, and you turn really quick and go like this and then keep going. No, if you look around, everyone's sitting. I mean, they're literally blocking like half the theater for their selfie. It is so disrespectful.
There's a level of entitlement. This is a multi-layered story. There's also a layer of a little bit of audience entitlement where, well, you know, the line, well, I paid good money. I got news for you. Everybody in that theater paid good money. And your experience isn't more or less valuable than everybody else around you. Those people deserve to enjoy the show without flashbulbs going off in their face. Look, I take photos at concerts too. You know when I do that? Before or after the show. I'm not going to do it to do flashes in front of the entertainer. The other layer that I'm going to mention is to the staff at that theater should have handled it. The staff, and I've had security guards that do this. I'm not calling them out. I've had security people tell me this should have been handled by security and not left for the guests to fight among themselves. That's really what should have happened. We have a lot more to come today, but first, we want you to join us in our studio audience without taking selfies. No, I'm just joking. No, you can. Tickets are available for the next 2 weeks. Head to eventbrite.com and search for The Jason Show. Hey, and speaking of selfies, as we go to break, more sanctioned audience pics from the past week. We'll be right back. Well, I hate to do this to you, but get ready to feel really old.
Boo.
I know. Look, my birthday's coming up, and I'm going to feel old, you're going to feel old. On this day, nearly 30 years ago, a teen movie classic hit theaters. Which one? This one.
You're not letting her go out like that, are you?
Cher, get in here.
What's up, Daddy?
What the hell is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
It looks like underwear. Go upstairs and put something over it.
Duh, I was just going to.
I remember seeing this 28 years ago. Movie fans first saw Clueless with Alicia Silverstone as Cher, as if it became the sleeper hit of 1995, becoming a cult hit after its release. And get this, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, and Kerry Russell, hi Felicity, were all considered for the lead role.
Oh.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
And I cannot see, I know, right? I cannot see Angelina in that at all.
It was so perfect the way it was.
I know, and intern Mason, who's 11, 12, something like that, he has not seen this movie. Right, Mason? You have never seen, yeah, he doesn't know.
Poor Mason.
I know.
Out.
But why would you? You know why? I mean, it's 28 years old. I wasn't even a teenager. You were in Waka Waka, Washington, weren't you in 95?
Again, it's Wenatchee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that,
I was in like 7th grade.
Were you working at the Buckle at this point?
Not yet.
Okay.
I got hired at the Buckle. I came later.
My favorite Shane fun fact, she worked at the Buckle. That's right. More dish for you now. Fans of an iconic 80s cartoon will have to wait a little bit longer, fans like me, a little bit longer to see a movie version again. Variety reports, oh God, this makes me so happy. Let me just have a moment. Anyway, the live-action He-Man and the Masters of the Universe movie is officially dead at Netflix. Now you're thinking to yourself, Jace, I don't really care about He-Man. Why is this interesting? Well, let me tell you why. Articles say it's not happening because of budget concerns. They spent already around $30 million to develop this movie before they dropped it. $30 million! That's how much you can make an independent movie for. Toy maker Mattel, which owns He-Man, is shopping the movie around to other studios. If you look at the set, it's adorned with stuff from my childhood. There's a shelf over there with my actual He-Man that I played with. He-Man was my favorite toy growing up. I cannot understand why Hollywood cannot crack this story. Oh, there he is right there. There's my He-Man right there. Yeah, there's my He-Man. And I'm not joking. That's my actual He-Man that I played with. My mom saved it. Anyway, I really do not understand why Hollywood can't crack this story. Make it a universe, no pun intended, like a Lord of the Rings or a Star Wars. It's a superhero movie. Hollywood makes it's like rice-a-roni. Add water and stir. Put the guy with muscles on a magic cat and go. You know, it's like.
What did they spend $30 million on?
That's right. What did they spend $30 million on?
It's going to be a cartoon, right?
No, it was going to be live action.
Live action, but still. If they filmed nothing, have they filmed anything?
Give me $100,000 and I'll develop the damn thing for you. I mean, seriously. I think about this way too much. I have a concept in my head. Send me the money.
Eric can do it.
Oh, yeah.
With your little He-Man toy?
That's right. And I got it. Here's what we'll do. We'll cast Ted as He-Man. That's right.
But you guys are running him out of the building, so no more talk of Ted.
Yeah. More movie news for you. We're getting our first look at the new, speaking of cartoons, a new animated family movie coming to theaters. Migration is about a family of ducks. This is not a family of ducks on a vacation of a lifetime. Look at this.
Why are we the only birds heading this way?
What is this place?
I promised adventure, and this is exactly what I promised.
What is that? Chocolat rouge.
What's chocolat rouge?
It's you with l'orange on top.
Oh, what a great concept. What a good, anyway, the production company behind the movie also did the Super Mario Brothers movie that just debuted this year, and Despicable Me. Migration hits theaters in December. That looks great. Your kids will love that, Shane.
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, because how old are your offspring now?
9 and 6.
9 and 6.
What did you guess? Like 24?
I was going to say maybe Mason's age. That's what I was going to say. Maybe, yeah. 9
I love
and
your
6?
idea of how old kids are. Yeah.
The last time I babysat them and I lost them, they were like.
They were found.
They were found.
Spoiler
they were found,
alert.
by the way. Yeah. I only lost them for what? A couple minutes?
There's a reason you only babysat them once.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. They were 1 and 4.
1 and 4.
Yeah.
That one was slippery. You know what I mean? It was like she just like a little noodle. She just I looked at her and she was gone.
She's pretty fast.
Yeah. Next on the dish, auditions. Now Jeff warned me about this. He said that this was going to make me cry. I didn't see this yet, or is emotional. Here we go. Auditions on season 18 of America's Got Talent wrapped up last night with an emotional moment on stage. What was that moment? Well, it featured a song by 2 moms with an unbelievable connection. Look at this.
Back in 2007, my son unfortunately passed away, and he became an organ donor, and his heart went to Kim's son.
That's incredible.
The last song I sang to Jake to say goodbye to him was For Good from the musical Wicked.
And when Beckham was finished with his heart transplant surgery, I wasn't allowed to hold him. I could just kind of stroke his head. And the first thing I did when I stroked his head is I sang that song, For Good from Wicked. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed.
Okay.
Blink away the tears.
Okay. Don't know why we had to play that this morning, but okay. Makes me cry. The moms met several years after the heart transplant. They now raise awareness about organ donations, and you can imagine all the judges said yes. That hits on so many, because that's my favorite song, it is my favorite song from Wicked. I had that played at my wedding, actually, with a montage of people that mean a lot to us, but what a great story.
Can't talk about it.
Okay, I know. Aaron Schwab over there, she goes, our audience coordinator, and she's also a fantastic theater person and singer. The moment the clip started, she was, nope, I'm out. I can't watch this. I'm out. Yeah. It's the unexpected radio hit of the summer. Next, 35 years in the making. For the third week in a row, country singer Luke Combs has the #1 song on Country Airplay. And it's a very familiar song to anyone who listened to music in the late 80s. Here it is.
You got a fast car. We go cruising, entertain ourselves. Still ain't got a job. So I work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted, and we'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house, live in the suburbs.
That's Luke Combs singing Fast Car. Well, maybe a couple of you youngins didn't know this, but it's a remake of a song by Tracy Chapman that was released way back in 1988. Here's her version.
You got a fast car. We go cruise and entertain ourselves. Still ain't got a job. Now work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted, and we'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs.
Yeah. Chapman earned a Grammy for her debut song back in the late 80s. Now, thanks to the new version, she became the first black woman to be the sole writer of a #1 song in country music.
Wow.
Chapman told Billboard.com, well, hello, she never expected it, but she's honored and happy for Luke. Luke said his dad used to play Chapman's song when he was growing up, and it was one of the first songs he learned on a guitar. Chapman is getting quite a payday from the resurgence of this song. Listen to this. That song has generated nearly $500,000 in royalties just this summer, with most going to Chapman.
Yeah.
As it should, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's all, with songs, it's always about the songwriter. That's where the money is. That's Dolly Parton. You know, people always tried to pit her against Whitney Houston with I Will Always Love You, because again, for the 8 people that don't know, Dolly wrote that. She's like, Dolly, I'm paraphrasing, was like, Whitney, keep singing, because all that money went to her. She was very happy for Whitney. Next in the dish, speaking of music, get ready for new stuff from Britney Spears. This week, will.i.am announced a new collaboration with Brit and released a teaser on Instagram yesterday. Let's listen to this.
You are now rocking with will.i.am and Britney.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Wow.
The song is called Mind Your Business.
Oh, we could figure that out.
Yeah. And it will be out Friday. The teaser includes vocals from the pair's previous song, Scream and Shout.
I'm super confused. Is this from 10 years ago?
No, this is new, right, Jeff?
I heard it was in the vault.
What
and it
vault?
Sounds when he
like at BMO Bank or what? BMO Harris Bank? What do you mean vault?
When he did her album a while back, that this was some unreleased stuff.
Maybe it should have stayed unreleased. I mean, you know what? I love Brit, but I'm getting sick. It's so overused. I'm Britney B. It's now a cliche.
Has she said anything about this song?
I don't think so. She put it on Instagram? Okay. Did she dance to it? No, I mean, had to throw that out there, yeah. She dances to everything!
She does.
Time to meet our first JVIP of the week today. It's Kathy Corti from St. Cloud, Minnesota. Kathy loves all the laughter the show brings. She also loves our hot dish segment and anything with Stephanie Hansen. Kathy says, keep up the great work. Kathy, thank you for watching. Nice hot dish spoon, by the way. Kathy's going to get a Jason Show mug, and she's also entered to win the monthly grand prize. That includes being a VIP guest in our audience, a $150 gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $150 gift card to the Institute of Advanced Aesthetics. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after this. Coming up in just a little bit, from Sushi Master, my dear friend and one of my favorite chefs in the country, John Sugimura is back making, quite literally, one of my favorite dishes ever. What is it? You'll find out in just a little bit. Then it's Barbie's world and we're just living in it. My review of what's going to be one of the biggest movies of the year, Barbie. That and more when we come back. Don't go crazy. Welcome back, friends. Our first guest today is a master. He's the Yoda of Japanese cuisine. This summer, he battled it out with other top chefs on the new series, Morimoto's Sushi Master on Roku. Welcome back to the show, my good friend, Chef John Sugimura, everybody. Hi, buddy.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me
again.
How you doing? I'm doing great.
Now, I'm going to tease ahead a little bit. We're going to get to all of this. John is going to make, I mentioned this the last time you were on last month. John is going to make today, and I'm not overselling this, one of my favorite dishes, top 5 dishes I've ever put in my mouth. And you know this. I could eat this breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night snack, the whole thing. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
So what you're saying is I introduced you to good food.
Yes,
I'm very proud of that.
You did.
I'm very proud of that.
You did.
I'm very
well,
proud
your
of
master,
that. That's
your
right.
Yoda, Katsuya, introduced me, and then I like yours better. Anyway, okay, so.
Will you call me Chef Yoda for the rest
I will
of the
call you
segment?
Chef Yoda for the rest of the segment.
Okay.
Let's talk Sushi Master, though, before we cook. Did you win? Because now, spoiler alert, we can talk about it. The full season's out.
So, it was a great experience. I was on the winning team with Chef Francis from New York.
Okay.
And so there was 2 teams going into the finish. The female chefs, it was very female chef-centric show, which I'm super proud of that I could be on that side of the issue.
Yeah.
They both fought over me, so they put me on both teams in the finale. Chef Debbie loves me. Chef Francis loves me. It was a love
Who doesn't? Are we looking at this right here? Okay, let me ask you. What was the hardest part about doing the show for you, now that it's all done?
It really is because it's a series is one, being gone for a long period of time from home, just cranking out episodes after episodes, competitions.
How long were you gone?
About 3 weeks plus.
Okay.
And just that one. And then it's all the personalities.
That you have to deal with?
You have to deal with, you have to not judge, you have to be okay. You know, we have different culinary perspectives, you know what I'm saying? That was harder than I thought.
You don't have to name names, but was there somebody on the show that just did not deserve to be there?
There was somebody that had anger issues.
Okay. So that's a yes. Were you impressed by anybody, like their culinary skills?
Impressed by all of them. If you saw the show, like on the first one, Chef Jason was the first one to go home. First show he's ever done. I was really rooting for him. He's a great guy. I was really emotional. I was like, dang, he got kicked off first. I really felt badly because I really wanted to see him stay for a while to have a really good experience. You fall for people really quickly in that intense cohabitation environment.
Did you have to live with these people?
I was like on floor 4. They were like on floor 5 and some were like on floor 3.
You had your own floor?
So we could shift around, but
of course you did. Of course you did.
It was still close quarters, and remember we had bed bugs.
Oh, that's right. He revealed, right? You would think a big time show, they'd put you at something that doesn't have bed bugs, but you had bed bugs.
And really, Chef Francis, she powered right through it. She was the one that had the major attack, and she just powered right through it. In between segments, we'd be like this.
Ew!
Because she was just broken out, and you can only put so much cream.
Did you have them?
No.
Oh, okay, because you're on floor 4.
Yeah. They were on that side of the hotel.
Before we move on to food, now let me speak for the viewers, because people are always going to go, where can I find this? I had trouble finding this show. Where can you find Sushi Master?
So it's a Roku original.
Okay.
I think the number 1 Roku original.
It is the one. No, I did check that out. It's number 1, yeah.
And Roku has, 70 million.6 viewers?
Yes.
You have 70 million.
We have 70 million viewers.
So it's
That's
the
right.
equivalent.
Yes.
It's apples to apples.
Yeah.
So it's on Roku. Somebody in another country said they're watching it now on Hulu. So it starts to spread out for the subscription base, apparently.
Get Roku, get the Roku app, and then search for Sushi Master and watch John and support him. Okay. And one more thing, I got to compliment you. You were just inducted into the Culinary Chef Council. What is that?
So what the Chef Council stands for, chefs who are standing firm in the food that they prepare. It's incredibly principled. We represent a culture and a story. It's food sovereignty. We're properly trained doing the food that we do. I'm the 11th chef currently on the council in a 42-year history.
That's right.
Go ahead, touch me. There you go. There you go.
There we go. I touched you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's reveal what we're making, and then on the other side we'll do it. What? Now, give us the origin. What is this?
So we're doing spicy tuna or atsumuguro, yaki mochi or crispy rice.
So spicy tuna, crispy rice. I'm so excited.
Languages are not your thing.
Languages are not my thing. Spicy tuna.
Here, how about this? Fish and rice.
Fish and rice with John when we return. Back after this, everybody. Spicy tuna. It's the same thing. It's tuna. It's my accent. We're back with my buddy, Chef John Sugimura. One of the best. We are now making what, I'm not joking, top 5 dishes of my whole life. Spicy tuna crispy rice. That's right, yes.
There you go.
Okay, what are we doing?
So I'm going to touch all the high points that are really important.
Please.
That makes it as authentic as it is. You use glutinous rice, which means we're using piping hot rice, a little extra water in the rice cooker or however you prepare it.
Yeah, you can't do this with some minute rice. No, at home. No, I'm just saying, I'm just saying for people, John, I'm thinking of what the viewer is thinking. They're going to be like,
They're thinking what I'm thinking. Oh, Jason.
No, I know. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I use a mold. So imagine having like 20 or 30 pounds of glutinous rice. In the old days, if we were in a village, we would have all this rice that we packed the fish in that would be rancid, and we'd kind of bring it around again. And we'd also make the rice cakes or the yaki mochi. Yaki means grilled. I have them right here, but see, they're just molded off right here.
I like these little molds. And we would be so fun in the village together, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would.
Okay, continue. Okay.
Taking that one in.
That's our next show, John.
There you go.
That's right,
there
yes.
Okay. So you make the rice, you make the yaki mochi. We're going to move it over here. Here it is where I've grilled it up on both sides. I put a little dab of whipped butter. Whipped butter is about 40% butter, 60% air, so it only has 40% calories too. I'm just putting a little bit of fat on it so it crisps up. After they get all crispy, I dip them in soy sauce. So now they're hot, crispy, and salty. You have piping hot rice cakes like this. Then we come over here, and then we make the spicy tuna.
The spicy tuna, yes. Okay, I know.
All right, so I'll walk you through it, okay?
Okay.
We have the tuna in here. It's called scrape. This is really the most important part of the segment. Scrape is when we have really high quality fish and we scrape it off the skin and get the last 1/16 of an inch or something, or off the skin before we throw it back in the ocean when we go fishing. In town, most restaurants are saving bits and scraps and reconstituting it with some heat a few days later. But this is what it's supposed to. So this is today's catch, scraped from the fiber.
So that's
pristine.
Good stuff, as we say. That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
There you go. All right, ready? So these are the ingredients that go in it. So you have your scrape and you have your ahi Hawaiian tuna. We're gonna put green onions in to taste, right there.
Just a little bit?
Not with your hands.
Not with my hands. So what do you?
Bowl.
Oh, with this. Okay, I don't know.
You can pick up the bowl and you can use that.
The whole thing?
To taste. This is all about your taste. I would put a half of it.
Okay, there we go.
All right, and then sesame seeds, again, about half. Sesame seeds are about texture. Japanese sesame seeds are completely dry, have no flavor. That's why we use sesame oil.
How much?
And this is to give it shine. I'd say a third.
Okay.
There you go. Here's chili oil right here to add a little extra heat, a slight heat. Japanese heat is robust and then it dissipates right away. Spicy mayonnaise.
Can I put the whole thing in there over this?
If you want to put the whole thing in there, there is miso, vinegar, mirin, which is cooking sake. There's Japanese chili paste, chili powder, a little bit of sugar, and so forth. And then you're going to go ahead. I'll take that from you. You're going to mix it up gently, like you're making something fabulous and not like a bowl of cereal.
Can I add more mayo?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, yeah. We really would be fun in the village together. I think we really would. Okay. Gently,
There you go.
gently,
And
gently.
you don't have to overmix it. If you hit a pocket of extra spicy sauce or green onions or sesame seeds, that's what makes it so delicious.
Yeah.
Then we're going to come over here.
Okay.
And can I reach in front of you? And
You
I'm
can.
I'm going to load this up, and you're
Now,
going to put some on.
Because I've had this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring audience coordinator and Bette Midler of the Twin Cities, Aaron Schwab, up here to try some. Okay.
All right.
Because I know how great this is.
All right. Can I put a nice fresh...
There we go.
Bonus day.
That's right. Okay. Oh,
There
I'm
you
so
go.
excited.
So you get some scoops on there. I'm going to put a serrano pepper, something green, crispy, and crunchy on top of each one.
Oh, gosh.
We have enough for the audience to try it if you haven't
Yes!
tried
Okay.
Short I am compared to you guys.
I know you are. I know. It's all right.
it. And I'm on my knees right now.
Okay, cheers, Aaron.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right there. Let's put the whole thing in our mouth. You ready?
There you go.
Here we go.
Put the whole thing in your mouth.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is. Heimlich. Oh.
Read that.
Chef John Sugimura, thanks for being here. Follow John on his Instagram. His handles are John Sugimura at Instagram. We'll be right back.
Oh. Shane's back. That crispy rice, we're still dying. John, bring one over for Shane while I do this segment. Here, Shane's back.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you for feeding Shane. Shane, you can go ahead and do this while I read my little review here. There we go.
Big bite.
So good.
All right.
It is the summer movie people have been waiting months and months and months and months for. The anticipation is almost over. Barbie opens tomorrow. I got a chance to screen it on Monday night, and I can finally share my review. But first, a little clip here.
Diamonds under my eyes.
This is the best day ever. It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever. Do you guys ever think about dying?
When my heart breaks.
Some things have been happening that might be related.
When my world shakes.
Cold shower, falling off my roof, and my heels are on the ground.
Something's up in Barbie land. Margot Robbie plays the stereotypical Barbie in the movie, written and directed by the great Greta Gerwig. I'm just going to start with my overall feeling on it. It's that good.
Yay.
It's that good. It is that good. It is so smart and exists on so many levels. It winks and nods at you, the audience. It makes fun of Mattel. It pokes fun at culture. And I don't want to give too much away, but I will say this, because the plot, how they do this, like, you know, when you think of, oh, they're going to do a Barbie movie, you think to yourself, well, how are they going to do it? Is it going to be kiddie? Is it going to be like half animation and half? The concept for this is so original and fresh. All I'm going to say is, because I'm not giving anything away that the trailer doesn't, Barbie realizes something's happening in Barbie land, and she goes to the real world. You'll find out why. And Ken ends up coming with her. Ken has a realization while he's in the real world that is so funny and is a commentary on society, and that's all I'm going to say. But as far as Ken is concerned, I will say this. Ryan Gosling steals this movie at times as Ken. Here's a little bit.
No, I won't let you do just one appendectomy.
But I'm a man.
But not a doctor.
Can I talk to a doctor?
You are talking to a doctor.
And I need a clicky pen?
No.
A sharp thing?
No.
There he is. Doctor!
Somebody get security.
Ken, let's just say, Ken is loving the real world compared to Barbie land and has a realization about life and how he has lived life. Margot Robbie is great. There are fun little surprises spread throughout this movie. Make sure you watch everything. If you grew up with Barbie, you're going to see actual clothes that are in this movie. You're going to see characters that are spread throughout, private jokes, inside jokes on Barbie culture, guest appearances, songs that narrate the action. You're going to be like, oh, wait, isn't that Lizzo? And you're going to hear it. There's funny everywhere in this movie. It's smart. It's fresh. It's original. Now, a lot of people have asked me over the last couple days if it's good for kids. Here is what I want to say. Number one, I'm not sure it's for little kids. It is PG-13. Now, there's nothing crude necessarily. There's no violence. But the little kids just might be bored because it's really geared for 13 and older. Now, some of the wink, wink, nod, nod adult jokes will go over a kid's head like great Warner Brothers cartoons. Kids won't be able to process it. But little kids might. It probably isn't for little kids. Also, I am really curious of what the public at large is going to think of this movie because it's just wacky. It's a very interesting movie. The only negative I have, and when you get to this point, don't lose hope. There's a point about 45 minutes in with Will Ferrell in an office setting at Mattel that I think to myself, oh, it's getting a little too silly. Oh, this was so fresh and original. Oh, it's veering off. The car gets back on the road. Don't lose faith. It comes back, and the ending is emotional on a level similar to Toy Story. If you don't even need to be a kid that's played with Barbie. If you had a connection with any toy and that toy defined you, it'll hit you in your heart as well. There is heart to this movie as well, as much as there is laughs.
I love too that it's become, like the Taylor Swift show, an event. You get dressed up, you go to dinner, like we've made it into this full experience, and I love that about it.
There were, and I don't want to be stereotypical, but there were a group of teenage boys who I'm sure were some football playing, your typical teenage boys that were decked out in pink.
Yes.
And wearing like pink. They were in it. And you're right. It is so fun. It's like what movies should be.
Yeah.
Everyone was in it and it was fun to see with an audience. It opens tomorrow night. I also got to see the other big movie opening this week, and that's Oppenheimer. I can't give you my review right now, or a dart will go right into my neck from Universal Studios. So I'll be able to review that tomorrow. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody.
One to the other.
What?
The Barbenheimer.
The Barbenheimer, yeah. Welcome back. Don't forget to get tickets to see our show. Go to eventbrite.com and search for The Jason Show. It is time for the world's shortest segment. There's a new king of Hollywood. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just landed what could be the biggest upfront payment for an actor ever. Online reports say The Rock will get $50 million up front before he ever steps on the set for his role in a new Christmas movie called Red One. The movie also stars Chris Evans and will come out later this year. I hope he'll be able to make his mortgage payments. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Woo!